Yeah. Shout out to Christmas.
Okay, so welcome back. If you're watching this, that means we've been the slightest wig hand. So here's the thing about beginner videos that really just grinds my gears. I hate when I'm watching a video and they just kind of dive into it and they don't tell you what you need beforehand, because if you don't have it, then there's no point in you kind of watching the video. I mean, you can make some things kind of shake if you need to, but I'm gonna just tell y'all everything that I'm gonna use ahead of time, and then I'm gonna dive into actually how I lay my blonde wigs, as well as how I fix the rooting, because I'm dark skinned and the wig that I am gonna be putting on is my blonde wig. Yeah, so the roots on that wig are a little too light for my complexion and I darkened them, so I'm gonna show you guys everything that I use. Okay, so first things first, here's what you're gonna need. Got to be glued. I have the gel as well as the Freeze Blast Spray Ghost Bond adhesive, a wig cap. If you can get one in your complexion, then that works, but typically the beauty supplies that are around me only have the nude ones, so I just grabbed that. And because obviously it's not my complexion, you're going to need a complexion product that is your shade, as well as a sponge. I definitely suggest a sponge and not brush. Using my MAC Studio Fix Concealer. This is in the shade NW40, which is my highlight shade. Using the Juvia's Place palette this is the Nubian palette, to correct my root, a brush to apply the concealer to my parts, a brush to correct the roots. This is like a fluff brush, and this one is just like a regular eyeshadow brush, a flat brush that's little. I'm also going to be using some Hicks Edge Control. Everybody know about Hicks. I have two different rat tail combs, a regular one with a wider parting, and I'm pretty much just going to be using this one to press the wig down, but you'll see how I use this one. And then this one is actually my edge comb. So if you can notice the difference, the teeth in this comb are a lot closer together, and it just gives me a much neater, you know, swoop when I'm doing my edges. And because the ridges in this one are so far apart, you get those lines in your edges, so I just like to use a different one for my edges versus my actual hair. I'm also going to use a silk tie and a blow dryer. Okay, so that's everything that you're gonna need. I feel like I left something, so I went and grabbed alcohol and cotton balls, so now we're actually for real good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna start by laying my edges down with Hicks. I know that a lot of people like to slick their edges back using Got To Be Glued, but I realized that Got To Be Glued is just really drying on my hair, and even though I'm having a wig on and I'm using adhesive, I still want for my edges to be protected. So then I'm gonna go ahead and put my wig cap over my Set It Off braids. So I braided my hair before this video. I taught myself how to braid this last couple of months. So you know, your girl is really in that thing when it comes to hair. Not really, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean off where I'm gonna be applying adhesive. It's a closure wig, so I don't actually have to clean off my entire hairline. I just have to clean off the part that I'm gonna be applying the Got To Be Glued to and the adhesive. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this cap over my braids like so. And now I'm going to apply the Got To Be Glued gel, about that much, a little glob. And I'm pretty much just gonna press it a little bit above my hairline so that the cap stays right there. And the thing about Got To Be Glued is that when you put it on the actual portion of the cap, it becomes see-through. So I wanna make sure I'm way ahead of my hairline, but also that I give myself enough room so that I can lift it up and pull it to where I need for it to be. So now I'm just gonna go in with my blow dryer and I'm gonna dry this. And you're gonna see me, I'm gonna speed it up so you got, this video won't be too long, but you're gonna see me kind of add some freeze glass spray to it, and that's just to give it a little extra hold, you feel me, so you know it won't just be slipping and sliding, okay? Okay, so I think it's pretty dry. Ooh, snap. Ooh, child. Let me try to, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so this is gonna be weird, but like I said, this is kind of just how I do it. So at this point, I'm pretty much just gonna let it stick, all the extra that I have, and kind of just start peeling it back to where I can kind of see my hairline, like so. Now the reason why I do this is, like I said, it's a closure wig, so I'm really just trying to get this part to look like my scalp, so that underneath the wig it lays like I need for it to lay. So that being said, I'm going to kind of go back in and clean the area with the alcohol. Bloop. And this is where I'm gonna start doing my my measuring. So I'm gonna put my wig on and see if this is the right area. I need for the wig cap to be a little bit, ooh, a little bit further behind. Okay, so this works. A little bit further behind where I want for my actual wig to be put down at. Once I slid it back, this is gonna be the part that I primarily focus on coloring right here. A little bit of, you can put it on your sponge or put it directly on, but I'm pretty much just gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna color the part, and this is a middle part wig, and I want to make sure that I color it really well, because that's gonna be the key to it looking like my hair, especially for this wig with it being blonde. I don't want to have an ashy part, so I really want to start off with a base that is super similar to our scalp complexion. And so I know this is a little darker than my scalp, but that's why we kind of have the concealer to correct it accordingly. If you're wondering, like, dang, do your hair be dirty? It really don't. The last couple times that I've done this, or the first few times that I did this method, I didn't have like a lot of foundation residue on my hair, and I think it's because I double up in the front. So I'm gonna try to cover majority of the portion of the closure, just so there's no inconsistencies, but I feel like that's pretty good. Well, actually, let me clean I'm gonna clean that area one more time, because I just put more foundation on it and I want for it to lay properly. Okay, so now I'm just going in with the Ghost Blonde, and I'm applying little amounts, and then I'm just using my comb to spread those layers out evenly. And if you can tell, I am in front of my hairline. A lot of people put they're worried about like closures and frontals, but the key is that the glue should never go on your hair. It should only go on your skin. So when you're wearing a frontal or a closure wig that's adhered down, your stylist should never put glue on top of your actual hairline. They should always go almost like an outline of it. That way you don't have to worry about pulling your hair out. So I'm gonna go ahead and blast this a little bit, and it's already clear. So I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do 2 layers. Ooh. I'm gonna blast this again until it's clear. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull my wig up. And I have to make sure with this wig that I flip the closure up some. Otherwise it has a really bad habit of tucking the lace, and I need for the lace to lay flat. This is what I was talking about. I'm gonna go under and make sure that the lace is laying flat on the adhesive. So like I was telling y'all, the roots on this wig just don't really match my complexion like I like. So what I'm gonna do is go in first. I'm gonna find my part. I'm just picking up some NW40 and I'm just gonna lay out that line of where I want my part to be. So now that we've got that done, you're gonna need your wide tooth comb. I'm gonna take my Juvia's palette, Nubian palette, and a fluff brush. So I'm gonna use the back side of my comb. So pretty much what you're gonna see me do is I'm gonna use this to cover my part, like so. And then I'm going to take these two and I'm gonna recolor my roots pretty much. It's very, very simple. So all I'm gonna do is just dip my my brush into those two colors, primarily focusing on the darkest brown, but also allowing for that reddish brown to kind of take some of that darkness out, because I don't want it to be black roots. I want it to be dark rooted, if that makes sense. So if you guys can see the difference here, it makes a huge difference on the part. So I pretty much just take it out as far as I want to. It's up to your choice. I really just do it just enough to super define my part. And then I'm pretty much just gonna lock that in with a little bit of the freezing blast. Can y'all see? Woo! And it makes your part more neat, honestly. So boom. Okay, last part is laying the baby hair. I said I'm gonna be using my Hicks this time. And so with baby hairs, I'm not really just too crazy on it. I think it's a really good way to disguise the lace. So that's pretty much what I'm going to use it for. But I'm not just going to get too baby hair crazy. Some scissors. I'm not going to make them full baby hairs, because I just don't think that they need to be super short. So I'm just gonna maybe like halfway down my forehead. We're gonna go for elementary hairs here. And then I'm gonna use my edges comb. And pretty much, I mean, I feel like y'all know how to do y'all baby hairs, but I'm just gonna kind of dab the product onto the root of the hairs. And like I said, it's a closure, so I don't have to do this all the way across, which is just convenient. But and as you can see, this is why I like this comb over the regular wide tooth comb, is because the teeth are so close together that to me it just gives a more natural hair look. I'm just gonna use my scarf. Y'all know how we go. We're gonna tie it down so that it lays, so that they lay how they need to lay. So I'm gonna let this sit and actually style my hair. You style accordingly. If you guys want me to do a curling video, then just comment that down below. But yeah, I'm gonna go and curl. You know what I'm saying? The little blowout got to go. Put some voluminous curls in it, and then I'll be back to show you guys the end look. Oop. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I went and put some curls into it. It's not really falling like I want it to fall, but this is definitely down the way that I would like for it to be down. So this is what it looks like. And like I said, I use the Hicks, so it's not like my baby hairs aren't like stuck down. Like you can kind of see the ends of them have like body, but I definitely like it more. Of course, with the darker roots, I just feel like it frames my face a little bit better. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure, if you're not already, that you subscribe to the CoffeeCreamGirl channel. Become one of the homies, you feel me? And I'll see you guys on the next CoffeeCreamGirl video.